In the year 2016, a bold vision was born, not in the halls of academia or secret government labs, but in the mind of a man who had already launched rockets into space and electrified the roads on Earth. Elon Musk, the name synonymous with disruption, had set his sights on something far more intimate than cars or satellites. His target was the human brain. This is the story of Neuralink, a story of promise, peril, power, and perhaps an irreversible catastrophe. At first glance, Neuralink appeared as a marvel of human innovation. Musk claimed it could cure blindness, paralysis, depression, even memory loss. His vision, a seamless interface between mind and machine. With a coin-sized chip implanted directly into the skull, Neuralink aimed to allow humans to communicate with computers using only their thoughts, wirelessly, in real time. To the techno-optimists, this was a dream come true. To skeptics, it was a slippery slope toward dystopia. The chip, known as the Link, was designed with over 1,000 ultra-thin threads, each thinner than a human hair. These threads could detect electrical signals from neurons and transmit data to external devices. A robot surgeon, also designed by Neuralink, would insert these threads with micron-level precision, avoiding blood vessels and minimizing damage to brain tissue. On paper, the technology was brilliant. In theory, it could restore mobility to spinal injury patients, allow communication with locked-in syndrome sufferers, and even augment human cognition. Musk speaking at Neuralink event.
All right, thanks. So we're just going to take a risk here and just do some Q&A. That hopefully was a good understanding of the brain. Nice work, guys.
Ultimately, we can achieve a sort of symbiosis with artificial intelligence. This is not a mandatory thing. This is something you can choose to have if you want. In 2021, Neuralink made headlines with a video of a macaque monkey playing Pong using only its mind. The demonstration was both astonishing and chilling. Neuralink's animal trials were designed to test the safety and functionality of the device. But as months passed, disturbing details began to emerge from behind the scenes. Clip: news anchor voice over animal testing allegations.
Whether they need it or not, I suppose. And back to this story of what they have been purportedly doing to these animals. Tell us more.
Yeah, that's right. So the Reuters investigation includes interviews with more than 20 current and former employees that are saying that Neuralink is going too quickly, it's trying to do too much, and as a result, animals are being harmed and killed en masse.
Documents obtained from the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine allege that test monkeys suffered from severe complications, infections, and even death. While Neuralink denied wrongdoing, internal reports suggested a pattern of rush testing, surgical errors, and ethical oversight failures. Some reports claimed that over 15 animals had died under experimental conditions. Despite these concerns, the company pressed forward, driven by an unshakable belief in the mission and the weight of public expectations. As Neuralink accelerated toward human trials, the world took notice, not only for its innovation, but for what it might awaken. Neuroscientists raised alarms about the unknown long-term impacts of brain-computer interfaces. Philosophers questioned what it meant for identity, free will, and privacy. Could thoughts one day be hacked, sold, or deleted? Dr. Nita Farahany, neuroethicist speaking on CNN.
If people can confidently share their brain data without fear that it will be misused against them.
Once you open a window into the human mind, you are no longer just dealing with health. You're dealing with the essence of humanity. Was humanity racing into the future, or stumbling into a trap? B-roll. Government hearings, legal documents. Lawmakers were also unprepared. There were no robust regulations for brain implant technologies. The FDA hesitated, but eventually greenlit the first human trials in 2023. And that's when the real storm began. It was hailed as a historic moment, the first Neuralink chip implanted into a human subject, a 29-year-old man with quadriplegia. For weeks, all appeared to go well. He could move a computer cursor with his thoughts. The world watched in awe, until one day, it all stopped. The subject was rushed to the hospital after experiencing violent seizures and neurological shutdown. Later, Neuralink revealed a mechanical failure. The chip's internal wires had detached, triggering a cascade of neuroelectrical chaos. But the true catastrophe wasn't just technical, it was human. The patient, though stabilized, began experiencing terrifying hallucinations, memory loss, and a complete emotional flattening. Doctors couldn't determine whether it was brain trauma or the chip's malfunctioning feedback loop corrupting perception itself. The fallout was immediate. The media exploded. Activists called it Neurochernobyl. Regulatory agencies in Europe, Australia, and Canada paused Neuralink-related operations. Lawsuits were filed. Public trust began to collapse. We were always under pressure. Timelines were unrealistic. We skipped critical steps. We knew something like this could happen. The promise of merging minds with machines had become a global crisis of conscience. Were we playing God without reading the manual? Despite the backlash, the dream didn't die. Neurotechnology, as a field, is far larger than Neuralink. From the University of Toronto to labs in Switzerland and South Korea, research continues in the race to decode the mind and rebuild it. Alternative companies like Synchron and Paradromic stepped into the spotlight, offering safer, non-invasive brain-computer interfaces. Governments began drafting the first real ethical frameworks for neurorights, privacy, and informed consent. We must ensure that neurotechnology enhances human dignity, not destroys it. Meanwhile, Neuralink, though shaken, remains active. Elon Musk, in characteristic defiance, has vowed to fix the flaws, promising a future where brain chips are as common as smartphones. Every major leap has risk. The Wright brothers crashed too, but they still flew. Not everyone is convinced that flight is the right metaphor. The human brain, the most complex object in the known universe, is not just an organ. It is our memory, our identity, our soul stage. It is where love is born, and where fear takes root. It is both battlefield and temple, and now we are learning to rewrite it. But the question is no longer whether we can connect our minds to machines. That answer is already yes. The question is, should we? What happens when technology moves faster than wisdom? When innovation outpaces ethics? When the mind becomes just another device to upgrade? Neuralink is not the end of the story. It's the beginning, the warning shot, the prototype of a future we are building, brick by digital brick. In the pursuit of progress, let us not lose ourselves. This was Neuralink Unchained, the cerebral catastrophe, the ultimate extended cut. Stay awake, stay human.